I'm going to teach you about Ichimoku Kinko. Ichimoku Kinko is a trading tool made to give traders the ultimate edge in the market. Do you want to learn how to get profitable buy and sell signals for trading using Ichimoku Kinko? Ichimoku Kinko indicator description and features. The Ichimoku indicator was developed much earlier than most technical analysis tools. It was created by Japanese trader and analyst Goichi Hosoda back in the 30s of the last century. Of course, in those years, all construction was done manually, and this affected the appearance of the tool. After calculating the indicator values using special formulas, the points on the chart were connected by straight lines, so, unlike classic moving averages, Ichimoku lines have a somewhat broken appearance. The Ichimoku cloud was developed in the late 1930s by a Japanese journalist named Goichi Hosoda. However, his innovative trading strategy was published as early as 1969 after decades of research and technical improvements. Hosoda called it Ichimoku Kinko, which means instant look at balance in Japanese. How does it work? The Ichimoku cloud system displays data based on leading and lagging indicators. The graph consists of 5 lines. Flip line, 9-day moving average. Standard line, 26-day moving average. Senku span A, moving average between the flip line and the standard line, projecting future 26-day periods. Senku span B, 52-day moving average that predicts future 26-day periods. Chiku span, the closing price of the current period, which is based on the past 26-day period. Ichimoku Kinko indicator description and features. The Ichimoku indicator was developed much earlier than most technical analysis tools. It was created by Japanese trader and analyst Goichi Hosoda back in the 30s of the last century. Of course, in those years, all construction was done manually, and this affected the appearance of the tool. After calculating the indicator values using special formulas, the points on the chart were connected by straight lines, so, unlike classic moving averages, Ichimoku lines have a somewhat broken appearance. The Ichimoku Kinko indicator consists of 5 lines, each of which is plotted according to a certain formula. 1. Kijin. To calculate it, the arithmetic mean of the minimum and maximum of the candle is taken at each point, and then the average value of this parameter is calculated for the last 26 candles. In simple words, this is an analog of the 26-period moving average. 2. Tenkin. It is based on the same principle as Kijin, only with a period of 9. 3. Chinku. A line drawn at closing price is shifted back 26 periods. 4. Senku A. Average value of Tenkin and Kijin, shifted forward by 26 periods. 5. Senku B. The arithmetic mean of the maximum and minimum of each candle for 52 periods, shifted 26 periods forward, forms a common zone in conjunction with Senku A. Price chart analysis. Trading signals. With many elements, the Ichimoku cloud generates different types of signals. We can divide them into signals for determining the direction of momentum and signals for following the trend. Signals for determining the direction of the pulse. They are generated in accordance with the market price and the intersections of the standard line and the flip line. A bullish momentum signal is generated when one or both lines move above the standard line. A bearish impulse signal is exactly the opposite when one or both lines move below the standard line. The intersection of these two lines in the lower direction is usually called the dead cross, and in the upper golden cross. Trend following signals, generated according to the cloud color and market price position. As already mentioned, the color of the clouds reflects the difference between Senku span and B. When the price is consistently above the cloud, there is a higher probability that the asset is in an uptrend. In turn, if the price moves below it, this can be interpreted as a bearish signal indicating a downtrend. With the exception of some factors, the trend may change to a flat when the price makes a sideways movement inside the cloud. Chiku span is another line that can help traders identify and confirm a potential trend reversal. It gives an idea of the strength of price activity and possible confirmation of a bullish trend when moving up or a bearish trend when moving down. Usually, Chiku span is used together with other Ichimoku cloud indicators, and not separately as a separate tool. Alt, pulse direction detection signals. If the market price moves above the standard line, this can be considered a bullish signal, and if it moves lower, it is bearish. The reversal line moves above the standard line, which is a bullish signal, and if it is lower, it is bearish. Trend following signals. The market price moves above the cloud. This is a signal of a trend change to bullish. If lower, then to bearish. The color of the cloud changes from red to green, which is a signal of a trend change to bullish. Green to red, or bearish. The Chiku span line moves above the market price, a signal of a trend change to bullish. If below, bearish. Support and resistance levels. Ichimoku can also be used to identify support and resistance zones. Generally, Senku acts as a support line during an uptrend and as a resistance line during a downtrend. In both cases, the candlesticks tend to approach Senku A. But if the price moves towards the cloud, Senku B can act as both a support line and a resistance line. Moreover, the fact that both leading ranges are designed for future 26-day periods allows traders to anticipate future potential support and resistance zones. Signal strength. The strength of the signals generated by the Ichimoku cloud strongly depends on whether they correspond to a more common trend. A signal that is a confirmation of a well-defined trend will always be stronger than the one that occurs in contrast to the general market sentiment. In other words, a bullish signal can be misleading if it is not accompanied by a bullish trend. Thus, whenever a signal is generated, it is important to take into account the color of the cloud, its position, and the total trading volume. Keep in mind that short-term use of Ichimoku tends to generate a lot of noise. Longer timeframes will generate more reliable signals. Tenkan and Kijun lines work individually and together as moving averages. Their mutual intersections, as well as intersections with the price chart, give buy and sell signals. Two Senku lines form a support or resistance zone, being the first and second levels, depending on the trend. Installing and configuring the indicator. The Ichimoku indicator is included in the standard package of tools of the MetaTrader 4 trading platform, so its installation is quite simple. You don't need to search for it on the internet or download it from other resources. Just open the List of Indicators tab on the terminal toolbar and select Ichimoku Kinko Hyo in the trending category. In the settings window, you can change 3 parameters. The periods of the Tenkan, Kijun, and Senku lines. Senku is calculated using the values of Tenkan and Kijun, so it doesn't have its own parameter in the settings. Chiku is completely dependent on the closing price. The shift of each line is set by default and cannot be changed. Once the instrument is installed on the chart and configured, you can start trading on the market. Forex trading. Trading on Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. Ichimoku is a complex indicator that gives the trader many different signals. Some of them are quite simple. For example, the golden cross, which is formed when the Tenkan crosses the Kijun from the bottom up and gives a buy signal. A dead cross, on the contrary, signals a sale and is formed when the Tenkan line crosses the Kijun from top to bottom. You can also trade inside the cloud formed by the Senku and Senku B lines. When the market is flat, you can open quick scalping trades when the price bounces off one Senku line and rushes to another. However, in order for trading to be more efficient, it is recommended to open trades at once on several signals formed from the interaction of the indicator lines with the price chart and with each other. Simple, but already quite optimized trading strategy for Ichimoku Kinko Hyo looks like this. 1. The Tenkan line crosses Kijun from bottom to top. 2. The price chart crosses both lines in the same direction. 3. The price pushes up from the cloud formed by the Senku lines. The price rebounded from Senku and broke through Tenkan and Kijun from the bottom up. In this case, the indicator gives 3 signals at once, which increases the probability of concluding a profitable trade. At the same time, no additional indicators need to be installed on the chart. All technical analysis is performed using a single tool. Despite the complexity of Ichimoku, some professional traders combine it with other indicators. This approach requires more experience and speed of decision making. But after some practice, it will not seem too difficult even for a novice trader. Ichimoku Strategy plus Stochastic Analysis. Ichimoku is a trend indicator, so it is most logical to supplement its signals with an oscillator filter. Best of all, Ichimoku works in conjunction with Stochastic, since the RSI, although it is a fairly popular indicator, very rarely gives signals, which means that the same readings of 2 indicators will be even rarer. In this strategy, the stochastic oscillator will warn the trader against making trades at those moments when the trend has already dried up, and the Ichimoku signal is clearly late. Sales deals based on the Ichimoku strategy plus stochastics are opened if the following conditions are met. 1. The lines on the chart are arranged in the order Kijun Tenkan price. 2. The price starts from the cloud. 3. Stochastic is not oversold. The oscillator lines are directed down. The strategy is quite versatile and is suitable for trading on almost any time frame, except, perhaps, M1 and M5. As a trading asset, you can use Forex major pairs, as well as CFDs on gold and silver. Advantages and disadvantages of Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. Ichimoku is a fairly versatile and effective tool, and it is also more time-tested than any other technical analysis indicator. Ichimoku Kinko Hyo can be used to search for signals in both Forex and stock markets, as well as when trading cryptocurrencies. The main drawback of Ichimoku is inherent in almost all trend indicators. Its signals are very often late. Lines based on average values show the previous price values in a modified form, but they cannot accurately and timely predict the moment when a new trend will develop. That is why Ichimoku should be combined with an oscillator, even if it seems that this Japanese instrument has enough signals of its own. Trading in financial markets involves a high level of risk for capital. In order to reduce risks, it is recommended to strictly follow the rules of money management and always set a stop loss. All decisions that a trader makes when working on Forex are his personal responsibility. In conclusion, in the world of trading, Goichi Hosoda has made a name for himself. He has spent 30 years developing and improving his own trading system. Now, millions of traders use it. As a universal charting method, the Ichimoku cloud is used to determine both market trends and entry and exit impulses. Additionally, traders now have a better idea of where the support and resistance levels are for cryptocurrencies that haven't been tested yet. Although this tool may seem too complex at first glance, it does not rely on the subjective input of a person like other technical analysis methods, for example, drawing a trend line, and despite the constant debate about various settings, the strategy for using it is relatively simple. As with any other indicator, it should be used in conjunction with others to confirm trends and minimize risks. The sheer amount of information it displays may be too overwhelming for most novice traders, as it is a more complex indicator. In this regard, we recommend that you first learn more basic tools before using the Ichimoku cloud.